So let's do a little maximalist home lookbook, but this time we're going to take it room by room. Now, if you've ever walked into a beige room and you just felt your soul leave your body, then this video is for you. Today we're doing a full maximalist home tour. You can see exactly how this style works when it's done the right way. Because maximalism isn't about clutter, it's about curation turned all the way up. So let's go ahead and start at the front door. But before we get started, welcome back to Maximalist Home 101. Now, the entryway sets the tone before anyone even gets a foot inside. So this is not the place to play it safe. A bold console table, a mirror with actual personality, maybe a runner in a print that has no business working in a room, with the wallpaper that is hanging on your wall, but you know what? It works, and we love it. Now, one thing I love about the entryway is the fact that even if no one goes any further in your home, they still get a taste and a feel of your home. And that's why we really have to do our big one in the entryway. So it's not just the decor stuff, even the functional stuff, the hooks, the trays, of course, a cute little spot to drop your keys if you're like me and forget them everywhere. And by the time that you've crossed the threshold, you already know what kind of home you're walking into. Okay, so our entryway is set. I gave you a few ideas for it. Let's take a look at the living room now. Now, the living room is really where maximalism gets to stretch it out. This is the room with the most real estate, so it can hold the most stuff and the most layers. Pattern on pattern, color next to color, and somehow it all works out and it reads as glamorous and beautiful instead of off the charts chaotic. Now, the trick on this is repetition, and we've talked about this a little before. A color or a texture or a pattern that shows up more than once across the room. And that's one of the things that really amps up the designer look of your home. I will say this about the living room. This is the room that people usually do not want to leave. Not only is it friendly and beautiful and comfortable, but there's always something new to notice every time they sit down. Now let's go ahead and make a move to the kitchen. Of course, this is where the magic, and honestly, a lot of the mess happens. Now, a maximalist kitchen is proof that more and functional don't have to be opposite terms. Not only is this room the room that you go to get stuff done like feeding your family, but you can still get to have a lot of fun here. Whether it's in the form of clashing tiles or a bold painted island, wallpaper that's just funky and fun, all of this stuff can take place in the kitchen. Now, open shelving is basically the maximalist love language here. Instead of hiding everything behind cabinet doors, of course, our first love is displaying what we have. And open shelving works out great for that. Stacks of colorful plates, a wall of mismatched mugs, glassware that catches all of the light flowing into your kitchen. Open shelving is storage, but it also doubles as decor. And of course, there are those little details that tie it all together. Whether it's warm brass hardware, a beautiful runner rug layered over tile, maybe a plant that trails down on the windowsill. Nothing is going to match perfectly, which we know and we love, and that's the point. It's still going to feel intentional because every piece earns its spot. You have to think of a maximalist kitchen as it's not chaos, it's not over the top. It's this collection that you actually get to use every day. And since we were talking about the kitchen, let's go ahead and talk about the dining room too. Now, some homes don't have dining rooms, and I understand that, but we're going to focus on the ones that kind of have the separate formal dining room. Now the dining room is where maximalism gets to get a little theatrical. And of course it should. The dining room is the room built for gathering, so it can afford to be a little dramatic here. So let's start above the table. A beautiful chandelier that actually says something, a statement. Or pendant lights that are basically their own little pieces of art. Then you can look at the chairs. The cool thing about maximalism is chairs don't even have to match. They can be different colors, different fabrics, different silhouettes, even different colors around the same table. And it gives the room this whole collected over time feel that we always talk about. Now also, wallpaper does incredible work in a dining room since it's usually a smaller, more contained space. So a bold print can go all the way from the floor to the ceiling without overwhelming the whole house. Now, if there's ever a time to find fun, funky wallpaper, definitely do it in a smaller room. That way, you'll be spending less money because you're buying less of the wallpaper. The amazing thing about a maximalist dining room is that by the time everyone is already seated around the table, the room is actually part of the conversation. We're conversing about this color, how this looks, where you got this from. I mean, it really is the perfect conversation starter. Okay, now with all that whining and dining and entertaining our friends, it's time to step into the bedroom. The bedroom is proof maximalism can still feel restful. The bedroom is proof that maximalism can still feel peaceful and restful. It's just peaceful and restful in a more dynamic, richer way. This isn't about calm, empty space. It's about a room that feels like it's surrounding you in its big old hug. Now, of course, the bed is the anchor. So this is where you can go the heaviest on a pattern, whether it's through a bold headboard, layered bedding, and prints that honestly probably shouldn't work together, but for some reason they do. You can even do pillows in a mix of shapes and sizes so it never looks like a hotel display. Around the edges, even a stack of books and a good lamp on the nightstand can really tie the space together. Maybe even a reading chair tucked into the corner can give you the feel and the vibe that you're looking for. Now, it can be a lot going on, but somehow that's exactly what makes it feel like one of the coziest rooms in the house. And of course, right next to the bedroom, we have the bathroom, the last stop in this video. The room where people most underestimate when it comes to maximalism. Now, this is a smaller space, which actually makes it perfect to go bold. Whether it's a graphic tile floor, wallpaper that's okay for moisture, or a mirror with some fancy, funky shape to it. Because the room is compact, even a loud choice feels contained instead of just super overwhelming. Now, the styling can also make it feel finished, whether it's a tray on the vanity with a few beautiful bottles or a small plant that can handle the humidity, or towels in a color that play off the tile instead of just matching the walls. Even the smallest room in the house gets to have a point of view with a maximalist home decor style. And that's the tour. 6 rooms, 1 house, and if you look closely, not a lot of beige. If there's a room that you want me to go deeper on or a specific piece from any of these spaces, let me know in the comments. I'll break it down in a future video. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.